Going to be a VOD about Nokhud offensive 24 with bolstering, storming, thundering, and mob fortified. It's nice. I think there are more detailed guides that I've done before about packs and everything. This is going to be me talking about anything that I realize and pointers. What you might want to consider is lusting this pull, because there's no reason to lust this boss. If you lust this boss, means you're probably not gonna kill him faster, and if you do, it might just be a few seconds, and you're putting lust versus one more spare or something, which is probably just as valuable or so. What you want to consider on these war spears, they charge, and they charge, I think, the furthest target, at least ranged in generals. You might want to try to stun one to desync them, and then you can also charge them in the middle of their charge, and that way you can stop them. The ranged can also use the Warlock TP or a gate or disengage or something, and if they move far enough out, they won't take the damage from the war spear's charge. You can also stun them as soon as they've started the cast, and it goes on CD. We're not chaining much this week or anything at all whatsoever. We're just doing one pull and not chaining due to bolstering. I feel like our timer is pretty bad after first boss, but it is enough to time the key. What you might want to look for here, this specific area, you're gonna see the Hornsounder starts casting at the same time the Beastmaster. The Beastmaster is casting Hunt Prey now, and the Hornsounder starts casting. Usually the timers are a bit better than this, but if you stun them, you can stun them with Shockwave at the same time, which means that the Warahuna won't enrage and go for a target, and the Hornsounder will stop casting. You want to stop both, obviously. Then you can just tank the Warahuna. As long as you stun it, it will go on you instead. Keep in mind to not face the Landsmasters at other people and watch the ground. Storming can make this area a bit messy. Nothing too special. Keep on kicking the rally from the Hornsounder, and no, stop stunning and kicking the Landsmaster. These both two packs are pretty free. Nothing too special. Just freeze away. I'm gonna go to the next one, which has double war spears. And you might want to try to keep them stacked as good as possible. And you also want to watch out for the debuffs that war spears put on you, which is Pierce, and it's a massive bleed debuff which stacks. And when they are desynced, it can stack for forever. So Stoneform is fucking huge. Or you might want to have to stun it to not let it reapply. I got stunned because I'm not very good at the game, so that happens sometimes. Well, same thing here. The middle pack is next, and there I can show you how rare it is to actually just charge the war spears. It's way easier to charge them because charge is faster than shield charge, it feels like. At least it activates faster. Feels like shield charge is fucking slow, man. We try to stack them up. Then I'm gonna stun. Well, the rogue is also babysitting a lot, which is a nice thing, but not really needed. Good night, Nash. No worries, man. Oh, I will be online. I'll be on at 10 playing keys. I'm not focusing too much on it now, but with the Planestomper rather than the Landsmaster is the one that does the frontal cleaves. Planestomper doesn't do any frontal cleaves. So you can easily turn it and charge the Swift War Spear just like that. Look at that. Fucking gorgeous. Keep it targeted. You can also move out of range. If they're close, you might have to move out of range to get charge better timed. But really not a big deal. Just gonna fast forward. This pack is just the same things, right? No big deal. Gonna fast forward to the boss. Again, boss does 2 things. A huge as AoE will probably kill you. Well, 3 things actually, I guess. 4 things, I guess, to be honest. Don't stand in that. And there's the shard, eruption, whatever it's called. Then there's shards of stone, yeah, deals a lot of damage to your entire party, and zoom. Might wanna use a defensive on that if you're a DPS. He spawns ads. If you let these saboteurs get to the ballistas, they will disable them and you will no longer be able to use them during the fight. When you shoot the ballistas, I think it's 5% boss damage. So what I do is I charge the saboteur, I hamstring it so it moves slowly, then I try to rotate stuns on it. You should technically just leave that ad. You should never really have to focus it. If you have to focus it, something's a bit bad. But you can also focus it if you have to. It's not that big of a deal. Just fast forward to the boss fight. It's just the same thing. You can always try to rotate offensives during it. Don't hold it for too long though, but might as well put Dragon Roar on 2 targets rather than 1. Just going forward, and I'm checking that Bloodlust is close to coming up, so I'm saying we're going Waterfall for a big pull, which is our 2nd lust on fortified weeks. Here I've coordinated that me and the Shaman will kick X, which is the Stormcaller, and the Rogue is planning to solo the Primalist. With our Warlock Curse, it should be more than fine. You want to watch out for the start of this pull, especially if you're kicking. You might have to stun an Arc Blade at the same time, because if you get both at the same time without shield wall or spell block or whatever up, you're kind of fucked. It fucking hurts. So just rotating like this. Watch out for the totem. When it dies, it's gonna explode. Don't stand in it. The surge gives you a lot of pad damage. I did not have much spell effect damage in the key that I did here. Like, I'm not reflecting many things. I get that one, but I might not even have gone there. I'm not sure if it died. Let me just go next. Same thing, there's a primal storm shield here. You wanna watch out with those a bit, because half of their melee hits deals damage as nature damage, and they basically fucking slap. Same thing, me and the Shaman rotates cross, the Rogue solos the Primalist, and the Warlock is just back up whenever he fucking feels like it. Fast forward, because we fucked up, the Rogue died. Well, he also fucked up because he accidentally pulled the pack and he got the initial cast on him and so forth. So you can see this pack fucking hurts. I always try to have something up or be ready to jump away, and you can also rotate stuns on one of the ads, make it safer. As you can see, I shield charge the ad rather than the Thunder Beast because he's not gonna get stunned. I spell blocked, which helps a lot on these ads. Spell effect helps, shield wall, demo shouts, anything and everything. Just moving on. Going next pack. This is the northwest corner, I guess. Where the this is just purely pugs, by the way, so the execution on the kicks aren't perfect. You apply Rend to Thunderclap spec. You don't apply Rend manually. When you Thunderclap, Rend is applied. Yeah, as long as you're talented into it, that is. Looking up more kicks here, but get the idea. Also, if you pick up these orbs, they increase your damage and healing down by 5%, so yummy orbs, get them. Going next pack, reflecting initially, trying to desync these arc blades, then we should be more than fine in general in case we choke and fuck up. But the Rogue is also babysitting it more than he would have to. Oh, you're leveling 1? Nice. but it feels good, and we timed the key, so it's alright. What I'm doing now is usually I would press spell reflect, sorry, and then charge in, but I'm charging in then spell reflecting just so I get the numbers. I fucked up badly there, charging into a beam on the ground. It's kinda sage. Not really, but doesn't look good, right? Could have died, would have been horrible. But my damage looks good. And you might want to track your spell reflect. If you feel comfortable in your group, you can go out at about, well, this is weird timing. Usually I would have it up, right? But you can move out a bit early to get the reflecting for the lightning strike and the reflect itself to mitigate some of the lightning strike damage. But I feel like it's a bit risky, and therefore I don't really want to do it. There's no real way to just prior things here, like group-wide defensives, based off what healer you have when it comes to Pug and how many orb stacks he's got. A lot. But we've also got like things like AG, Healthstones, we've got a Warlock, we've got Cloak, we've got plenty of things, so this should be a rather free fight, which it turns to be as well. There's obviously a few things to care about here. The orbs not going into the boss, that fucking hurts. The boss does energy surge, which may basically does the same as the elemental adds that his melee attacks also deal. Nature damage. And a storm, which is massive damage. Might want to be ready to use impending victory or defensive right after or during, just to help your healer out, not die from the lightning strike that's incoming. Okay. Oh, that's sad. And same things with these orbs. 5% increased damage done, healing done. Try to keep him up. But it's a bit hard as a tank, since we can't just freely move out of the boss. I fucked up here. Ideally I would like to have the Ohunas in the first pull. That's over there, but I'm a bit slow. I fuck up. I realized that I haven't got the Healthstones bound. So we're just gonna end up doing this, and we are going to do a massive fucking pull later on by mistake. Just doing this. Killing them off. The Mystic does a cast which gives the entire group 20% haste, so you want to kick that. It's got a 20-second CD. Risen Warriors does Mortal Strike on you, reduces your healing received in any way by I think 30%, 25. A lot, by the way. It's painful. Dead speakers are pretty rough this week since you constantly move out and you can't chain them, and because of bolstering you can't chain them, right? So you want to try to focus them a bit. Beast callers are important kicks. If you are doing a big pull, you're more than fine in general, as long as you can backpedal a bit or move backwards and just move away from some mobs to delay their damage. But if their cast goes off, you get 3 or 4 adds that you have to pick up. So kind of it makes it rough. So I've got the Shaman babysitting the Beast Caller, and I just try to stop everything else. But as a pro warrior you can stop a lot of fucking things, as you can see. I'm gonna stop the Mystic. No, he stopped it, but I also kicked it, and I storm bolted that one, and I'm shield charging the Beast Caller. Even if most of it was overlaps, you could have done it yourself. Wait, are you going to bed too, Wisp? Or are you falling asleep? Oh, this is a more than alright pull, I would say, but try to focus the dead speakers as well as the Beast Caller, because the Beast Caller does start hurting. Oh, nothing else too special here. If you keep the adds inside the dead speaker AoE, it means they get 20% increased damage done and reduced damage taken. This also stacks. so they can have more than one application. So try to move them just slightly out to not allow them to get it. Also, it's only applied to undead mobs. Should have maybe been dead there. I'm surprised that I'm actually living. Don't really know why. My shield block is not dropping. It is dropping for 1 second here. Fucking major difference, holy fuck. That was a bit bad for me. That's what makes this area hard as a Brock Warrior. If you're going big pulls and you know you kind of have to move out of this all the time, and these mobs have a weird range, hard to kick them and hard to attack them, so that's what makes it rough. This is the massive pull, and we choose to bloodlust it. What people are doing a bit wrong here. First of all, ideally we would have more curses on everything, but he is putting on that. We've got on most things. People should have focused kicking from the start. As you can see, I'm kicking this one, but I think we might overlap here as well. No, we're not. The shaman just missed his kick, and that is really bad. And the rogue saved his, which is maybe alright, but he's not kicking that. The rogue saved his kick for like 15 seconds now. And no offense to rogue, but you know, just pointing it out makes it fucking hard. And about now, yeah, the healer ass pulls of Hunas. He's got night meld. No, he's night elf, so he's got shadow meld, which probably saved his ass over there. And I had time to pick him up. Now this is the tough part. We lust, but I use my spell block here to keep it steady, because at the start of any pull, you know, when it gets bigger, you're gonna take a bit more damage than you're just healing yourself. Try to face the frontals away. If they're bad, you kind of want to stun them, and you want to try to keep ads stacked up, but with the dead speaker it's pretty fucking hard, and you don't want to keep the ads inside the dead speaker, because that's 20% more damage from each ad, which is fucking a lot. Now I'm running out of everything. We don't really have anything whatsoever. Just gotta rely on kicks and stopping the Hunas. I think I'm dropping my shield block here. No, I'm not, but I'm going very close to dying. Demo shout, and we shield charge that to stop it and to get away from mobs to reduce damage taken for a few seconds. There, this is just a lot. The bolts is like, I don't know, 260k unbolstered, I think, at this key level, which is obviously a lot. And now I'm just kiting, trying to get an impending victory to get health up. Sorry, because we are going fucking low here. If I would not have gotten that kick out, I would have been dead. Same here, without the impending victory, I might have died, maybe. Oh, sorry. But we're stabilizing. And we manage. Cannot kick that volley, but the shaman does. Going for the corruptor, and we're just kicking them in to restack them and finishing the pull. He's drinking a bit, I think, but I'm not allowing him to get much mana. And this is also a rough pull, but mostly because we are slacking a bit on kicks. We should have stunned that corruptor to get it in, but it's also a bit neat that he's just casting that for a little while. Shaman dies, which fucks us up hard with one kick down. I use spellblock at the start here as well, which means that I don't have it now. I use trinket. We've only got shield charge to stop things. We've got demo show coming up, and it's still last stand. Tried to get that volley, I think, but I was probably too shit. Should have spell affected over there. I'm doing it now instead, kicking that to stack it up. I've still got fear, which I used now. I think, yeah, I storm bolted that ad to just prevent one cast. We've still got health stone, but nothing else. Shield block is down. That was fucking close. I should have died. I shouldn't have let it be down for 2 seconds there. Got shield charge and we're stunning that. So we're back on track and fine. I'm also doing this pull in, I'm also in battle stance now. I was in battle stance for the bigger part of the pull, which is fucking weird. I should not have been. I'm sleeping on kicks a bit over there, but it's alright. We managed, and the healer drinks after. Chilling time is fine. We're a bit behind on timer, but still fine. Yeah, it is fucking sweaty when shield block falls off. We're just doing this pull whilst he's drinking, getting CDs up, but this is a bit of a nasty pull. It's hard to chain with anything else here. It's a warrior and 2 corruptors and the big guy, soul harvester, then the mystic as well. After this we're going a big pull. After this we're spawning the boss, and whilst waiting for the RP on the boss to happen, we're doing 1 pull. I'm pulling these into the pack because there's 2 corruptors in the patrol, so into the pack. 2 corruptors and 1 mystic, so that's a lot to kick. And I was sure to save my trinkets from the previous pull because I know that this hurts a bit to get pulled together. And well, we've got plenty of defensives to use still. You can also press more in no pains than I have been. Well, no, we're on track. I've still got spell block, shield wall and so forth. So I'm more than fine. But I also want people to pry the death speaker so I don't have a high health death speaker at the end. Saving shield wall, which I technically should have used before spell block because I would have it back up not long after. Can also stun the mortal strikes, for example. The one in the middle of the screen, kiddo, is Playturn, which is add-on. You can get my profile from my Discord if you want, for free. After this, we're just going boss. No, actually, I'm doing one more thing here with the beast collar, because we just need the beast collar and the patrol, and anything else is extra. So you can pull the beast collar and fly up, and the ads from him despawn. As you can see, no more ads after. Yeah, it's part of the plater profile, kiddo.
It will surprise you to learn that I am not popular.
Are we playing the boss? Wow, I can hate this boss. I'm rallying the first AoE because I'm too used to people underestimating this boss and just dying from it. And since we're not on Discord or anything, it's not very coordinated. I try to always have a defensive for Maruk, but since it's fortified we should be quite alright with just going death stance as well, but try to mitigate it. It's considered a tank buster nonetheless. Stack them up. When they're spread apart they get stacks, which increases the damage done by a lot, and the quick shot is going to kill people. Do not stand in the fear that he's doing now. The roar, it hurts like a truck, and the healer has to dispel you. He does repel. There's 2 ways to deal with repel. Either you let it cast and the healer gets a bit of a downtime where there's no damage, or you kick it and you get more uptime on damage. This boss is whatever though. Be careful of one shots. If you want, you can stack with the Gale arrows, and that way, you know, they're spreading in a like whatever, like 5-yard cone, and then outwards, then they come back in. But as long as you're stacked, you're not gonna get hit by anyone else's. Or you can stack in 2 different groups, one ranged and one melee group. It's a preference. We're pulling a beast collar with the pack. This pack hurts a bit. Again, rough start, so I've got my decoration of flame from the start. Hey, pro buff. And I'm popping it right about now. Since we don't have reprisal anymore, and we're not getting shield block from just charging in on as we shield charge in, it's a bit rough at the start. Oh, sorry. But this pack is also whatever. you know, talked about the dead speakers and everything else. Watch out for the bolstered beast caller. If you don't have shield block up, you're just gonna fucking die. And we're going last boss with 4.5 minutes-ish left. He pulls, the way we're doing this to skip the ads in front of the boss is the rogue pulls it, I pull the boss, and after I have pulled the boss he vanishes. So, just like that. I tried to rotate mitigations here, but it's fortified, it's not too bad. The rogue is vanishing the spear most of the time. We've also coordinated kicks, and we're going to bloodlust the ad phase just to get rid of them quickly. I'm probably shield walling the next bleed, I think. Actually, I've got demo shop, but yeah, no, that's fine. When they get speared, they're going behind the rock, and that way the boss just charges into the rock. And we're more than fine. Doesn't go far away. That's what we like about it. I've coordinated kicks, which marks who kicks what. Who kicks what, and I'm doing orange, and Rogue is doing star, and blah blah blah. We stack them up, and then we try to rotate stuns and other stops. We taunt to get them all to come to me. And watch out for the lightning puddles on the ground. They fucking hurt. After this, you want to make sure to have your spell reflect ready to spell reflect the first conductive strike. You can see down at bottom left how much my damage goes up. And how much more damage he takes. He's taking 350k overall now. And the reflect he bumps up to 450. I'm actually not sure if I made it entirely myself or if I imported something years ago and then built on it, but I haven't imported anything else in ages. It looks alright. Most of the changes I made to it. Contranical? This is fortified, but no, not really. We don't see ads unless there's reasoning for it. This is going to be fucking close, by the way. Is when we get the lightning cloud shits. Right now. That was so close to killing them. Look at that. Unless he actually took 2 hits, but... assigning kicks, you can also just give marks and have a proper Ikara marker. It is satisfying, it's a lot of damage. How much time did we have left? 1 minute, which is more than fine, because our damage is not the best. It's more than alright, but we played it rather safe. But that's Nokhud 24 on a bolstering week. If you liked what you saw, consider giving me a follow on Twitch or YouTube.